Hello there, everyone. Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and staying back once again with some more Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket ranked matches. Today's video, I feel like trying out this Jolteon deck that I put together, see if I can manage to win a game or two online with it. I've done a deck similar to this, except this time I have swapped out the original Jolteon that kind of came with a Genetic Apex. And this time we're trying out the Eevee Grove Jolteon and pairing that with Tapu Koko and Oricorio and seeing what we can get done here. Now, the perk of this Jolteon is that its whole gimmick is that as soon as it evolves, it does 20 more damage to its initial attack, which is 40, so you can hit for a total of 60. But you can only do that once, so it does only 40 afterwards. Now, I don't think this Jolteon is as strong as the other one, because you can do, if you get lucky on coin tosses, you can do upwards to 120 damage. But I thought it'd be fun just to try this Jolteon out anyway, just to see what we can get done with it. And it'd just be fun to try, just swapping Jolteons in this Tapu Koko deck that I've tried before. But yeah, I'll have the entire deck list in the description of the video below should you want to try this deck out for yourself or simply improve upon it. But yeah, that's enough me rambling. Let's see what we can get done with this Jolteon deck. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here, and unfortunately we are going to go first, which I never like. But thankfully this deck is pretty low cost, so it shouldn't be too bad to get it going here. And we kind of drew almost everything that we need. So we're gonna have to type advantage. Look like we're going up against Greninja and something. And we get our Jolteon right out of the gate. So we can KO this Froakie under the right circumstances. Alright, well, let's go ahead and put a Poison Barb into Eevee. Just to kind of make them not want to attack here. Let's oak it up. Alright, we get Ino and another Pokeball. We can get our full bench going here, actually, with our second Tapu Koko or Oricorio. Alright, let's get Tapu Koko on our bench. And that's all I can do for now. So yeah, we can eliminate Greninja, or at least one of them, pretty early, because when we evolve to Jolteon, we have the type advantage, we can just take this thing out. And thankfully, we have everything in our hand. So looks like is it Greninja Sylveon? I've seen a couple of these decks, but not a ton of them. And on a good note, we can actually take out either Pokemon that they have on their bench at their disposal right now. So I guess it depends on if they want to lose Eevee or if they want to lose Froakie. Alright, they're going to opt to keep Froakie in. Alright, we get an Oricorio just for good measure. Let's get energy into our Eevee. Evolve it into Jolteon. Thankfully, Jolteon needs one energy as well. So we can go and attack, and we can eliminate the threat of Greninja early. Now, I'm presuming they're running two, so that doesn't solve all of our problems, but solves one big one to get us more time. Now, that's the only time we're going to be able to do 60. Never mind, they conceded. Alright, that was a quick one. That was kind of unfortunate for them. They had the type disadvantage, and we kind of drew in everything that we needed nice and early and on the fly. That didn't even make any sense. Nice and early, so we could get our board set up there. But yeah, good game to the opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we get to go second, which is good. Never be upset about that. We don't draw into our Eevee, but we do start with Tapu Koko, which is not bad at all. Again, the good thing about this deck is everything is fairly low cost, and we can get going pretty quickly, and we're going up against another water deck. Alright, so maybe today might be my day. Who knows? Oh, I haven't seen a Starmie deck in quite some time. Alright, please be Tails, please be Tails, please be Tails. Shit. Okay. Well, they only need 2 energy for Starmie, but they're going to get every heads they could ever need. So we're going to get hit nice and early here. Alright, we'll get Professor Oak, which is nice. This is going to give me another Tapu Koko or Oricorio or Eevee. It gives me an Eevee so we can get our Jolteon set up. Thankfully, we can focus on Tapu Koko because we don't have to worry about Jolteon because it only takes 1 energy. Let's oak it up here. We get a Poison Barb and another Eevee. Let's go ahead and throw that into our Tapu Koko. And let's go ahead and pop the Staryu. And next turn, we'll have our Mark Bolt at our disposal here. And if they attack into us, they may do that, they will be poisoned as well. So we do have all those things going for us. Starmie Gyarados. Okay, that's a card I've not seen for a while. Either Gyarados. But it's one I like quite a bit. Now we can KO Starmie, barring a heal here. If they got leftovers. But they put it in a Magikarp, okay. Which I'll take that, that's fine. They are going to lose their Starmie here, though. Right, we got both our Jolteon, so we're actually in good standing here. I'm going to hold off on evolving because we'll lose out on Jolteon's effect if I play it too early. Let's just go ahead and get Starmie out of here. And Magikarp is no threat to attack, so Tapu Koko should be left standing. And even if they evolve in the Gyarados, they're going to need some time to get that set up. So all is not lost here. They got Eevee in the back. So they're running Sylveon to draw more cards. Or are they playing Vaporeon? Right, they're going to Sabrina in one of my Eevees. Which actually isn't terrible. We get another Tapu Koko. Go ahead and play that. We're going to play that. Do I want to retreat and do... Oh, we're going to retreat, actually. I want to do 110 to the Gyarados to make it a little less scary, and we'll save Eevee for the end if we have to. Because next turn, even if they use Misty or something here and KO Tapu Koko, please be Tails. It's not. Of course it's not. All right. We can still KO Gyarados, though, and they can't play a trainer card to heal it. So that's actually not bad. And they're poisoned on top of it, so... All right, well, we saved Jolteon for a reason. And that reason was this. But they're still going to get hit by the poison. Now, they are still going to lose here. Because this is going to do a quick 80. And down goes the Gyarados. And we managed to get another win on the board with Tapu Koko and Jolteon here. All right, so not a bad start for this deck. We've kind of gotten extremely lucky and have run across two straight water decks, so we'll have to see how this does if I run across a different typing, but we'll see if the streak continues. But good game to that opponent. Oh, back when I find my next match. All right, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we're going to have to go first again, which I don't like, but it's not the end of the world with this deck, thankfully, since everything is fairly low cost. All right, so we're going up against a Sweets Relay deck. So time is of the essence because we don't want to let them get that going, especially if they're running Alcremie. If I'm saying that right. All right, we got Oricorio, but we'll save it for now. They may not be running any EXs, so that may not help me too much. But we'll put the Poison Barb on the Tapu Koko maybe to make them a little bit hesitant to attack. We'll play this on our bench just so we have something, because just say something goes off the rails and we lose Tapu Koko for whatever reason. And yeah, that's all I can do here. All right, let's see what they're going to opt to build into. And it is Alcremie, which makes sense. All right, they eliminate the Poison Barb. We do have one more in here somewhere. All right, we get an Eevee. Let's go ahead and play Professor Oak. All right, we do get a Jolteon as well. So we do have that little card up our sleeve. And we'll go ahead and take a shot at Vanillite. And next turn, our Tapu Koko is ready to go. So I want to get this Milcery in. I could have played Sabrina and forcibly tagged it in. Maybe make them waste some resource, but I opted just to remain vigilant with Tapu Koko. But we'll do it next turn. If they don't play anything else on their bench, we'll have to see how this unfolds here, though. Okay, that's not the end of the world. That does suck, but we'll play Oricorio. I'd rather not lose Eevee if I don't have to. But perhaps I probably should just play Eevee, honestly. Alright, do get the Eevee bag, though. Alright, we're going to get Oricorio back out. Bring our Tapu Koko back in. We're not going to evolve just yet. And we'll attack here. And now Tapu Koko's ready to go next turn. Alright, they're going to get something else on their bench here. And Swirlix. A Swirlix can hit pretty hard. And Alcreme's going to hit real hard. If I don't get rid of this Vanillite. Alright. Let's get an energy into Oricorio here. Not going to evolve into Jolteon just yet. I think I'm going to play Sabrina because both of those on the bench are more scary than this Vanillite, even if it evolves. So we want to keep Tapu Koko out of KO range. I mean, they got their Alcremie in their hand then. Alright, they do. How hard they're going to hit me is the big question. Alright, they're already up to 120, which sucks. Alright here. Now, Jolteon can do 60 with the Eevee bag. Eevee bag only gets us up to 70, so we're going to be a little short. Alright, this is what I'm going to do here. We're going to do this. I'm going to play the Eevee bag. We're going to use Effect 1. I'm going to put an energy into Jolteon. I'm going to play I Know. Because I got another Eevee bag in this deck. And we get 3 more cards. If I get the second Eevee bag, which I did not, but I can play Poison Barb, which I'm not sure helps me. But it is there. We need the other Eevee bag. And most I can do was 70 there. Well, and they had it on top of everything else as well. Well, if I could have been lucky and drawn into the other Eevee bag, we could have stolen that win out, but unfortunately that's just not the way it's going to work. But we do, unfortunately, drop a game with Jolteon and Tapu Koko against a Switch Relay deck. But, yeah. Still 2-1 so far. I think we might be able to get another one on the board here. But I'll be back when I find one more match. Alright, looks like I found potentially my final opponent here. And we are going second, which is always nice. And once again, we start with Tapu Koko and nothing else, which is not the end of the world. We do have a Pokeball and Professor Oak in our hand to net us some more cards here. And we're going up against a Sylveon deck. All right. Sylveon and Tapu Lele. Just gotta remind myself what this does. It's 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. For each energy attached to the Pokemon. Okay. Gotcha. They're also running an Oricorio as well. Alright, we get a Sabrina. Not too bad. Get energy into Tapu Koko. Pokeball to beef up our bench a little bit here. We get another Tapu Koko. Won't complain about that. Alright, let's oak it up here and see what it nets us. An Eevee and a Pokeball. Alright, so we can kind of fill up our deck here. Or our bench here. How's Oricorio gonna help me, really? Possibly. We'll play it on the bench just in case we need it. And that's all I can do for the time being. Let's use Plasma Hurricane to get an extra energy onto Tapu Koko here. Now next turn we can take out Eevee. Right, they're gonna Sabrina something in. Which is a pain in the ass. I guess we can bring out this other Tapu Koko, I guess. Kind of get them both built up. Kind of behind a turn regardless, so. Alright, so they're running Espeon. Alright, 20 damage for each Pokemon, or attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, so this will do 40. Well, next turn it's going to do 80. Can't really do much about that. What do I want to do here? I guess we'll just lean into it for the time being. All right, we'll oak it up again. Oh, want to put a Poison Barb into this one or the other one? Put in this one. Maybe it might make him hesitate for a second. Probably not. I probably misplayed that Poison Barb. Alright, now we get hit for 80. But it does give us an extra turn with Tapu Koko. But I can probably just get, like, I can just get this one out. Or not. Actually. It's going to hit us for 90. Espeon's going to get poisoned, but we do get our other Tapu Koko in here. Alright, we'll slide Tapu Koko right in. Alright, we get a Cyrus as well. And not really much for me to do. Don't really need to Sabrina anything in here. What does this Oricorio do? I'm not 100% sure. When your Pokemon are knocked out by damage turn, this attack does 60 more damage. Okay. Alright, they get a cape on the Tapu Lele back there. We're gonna get popped for 80. We get another Eevee. Alright, well I can KO Oricorio. The Tapu Lele comes in and KOs me. Now this Tapu Lele effect to one of your opponent's Pokemon. No, I don't. I guess that's not random. I guess they get to pick. So it does put us in a little bit of a bind. I could forcibly tag that in, but it KOs me regardless. And if I lose anything at all, then we just lose. So I'm just going to, I guess I'll just attach this to Oricorio. And yeah, we'll just take out, or attach this to our Oricorio. Take out their Oricorio. And pray the effect is random, even though I know it's not. All right. Well, I guess go ahead and do me in here. And we take 60. And that's going to be all she wrote. All right, we're going to drop our last two games against the last two opponents here. Still not an overall bad showing for Tapu Koko and Jolteon. I do believe if you're going to run this deck, running it with just the genetic Apex Jolteon is the best way to run it. I do think that is better than the Eevee Grove Jolteon. It's a little bit more luck based, of course, because you're more reliant on coin tosses to do heavy damage, but you could do far more damage with that in combination with the Eevee bag than you can this version of Jolteon. But I just wanted to try it out anyway, just to see what would happen. But yeah. If I didn't already say it already, good game to the opponent, but I believe I'm going to end the video here, though. If you made it this far, do thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.